What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another theory session. Grab your snacks, get comfortable, maybe grab a senzu bean just in case, because today we are tackling a scenario that sounds undeniably cool on paper, but is actually kind of terrifying when you stop and think about the biology of it. We all know the deal with Saiyan transformations, right? It's a multiplier. You get angry, you scream for 5 minutes while the rocks float around you, your hair turns gold, you beat the bad guy, and then, here's the key. You power down. You go back to base. You go home, kiss your wife, and eat a massive dinner as a regular dude with black hair and soft eyes. It's an adrenaline spike, a temporary state of hypercompetence. But what if that switch was broken? I want you guys to really visualize this. What if the moment Goku unlocks a transformation, that becomes his new base form, permanently? No going back, no powering down. If he turns Super Saiyan on Namek, he lives the rest of his life as a Super Saiyan until he unlocks the next level, which then becomes his new permanent state. Now, for the sake of logic, because we need some logic here or the story breaks immediately and Goku just explodes, we're going to say that once the form becomes permanent, his body undergoes a forced adaptation. He isn't going to die of exhaustion after 3 days. His biology rewrites itself to handle the energy drain. However, the output remains. He's always radiating that intensity. He's always on edge. He is effectively evolving into a different species in real time. Oh, and we are excluding Ozaru because that's external, bound to the tail and the moon. We are talking about the internal biological evolutions here. So, the big questions. Does Goku lose his humanity? Does Chi-Chi file for divorce because her husband keeps crushing doorknobs and burning the bed sheets? Can the Earth even handle a guy who walks around with the gravitational pressure of a star? Let's break this down. Alright, let's kick this off where it all begins. Namek, the climax of the saga. It's arguably the most iconic moment in anime history. The sky is green and black, lightning is tearing up the ground, and Frieza just made the mistake of popping Krillin like a balloon. Goku snaps. You know the drill. The rage boils over, the pupils vanish, and boom, Super Saiyan. He thrashes Frieza, screams at him to hold that pizza, and barely escapes the exploding planet in one of the Ginyu Force pods. Usually, this is where Goku would slump back in the seat, take a deep breath, and his hair would fade back to black as he passes out. But not this time. As the pod hurtles through the vacuum of space, leaving the debris of Namek behind, Goku is hyperventilating. He's clutching his chest, trying to calm his heart rate. He closes his eyes, willing the rage to subside. He thinks about Gohan, about Earth, about peace. He tries to flip the switch off, but the switch is stuck. He looks at his reflection in the pod's dark console. The teal eyes are still staring back. The golden aura is still humming in the cramped space, actually scorching the leather of the seat. He feels electric, like he's plugged into a generator that won't shut off. He pushes, strains, tries to drop his ki, but it's like trying to stop a tidal wave with a bucket. The Super Saiyan form isn't just a coat he put on, it's welded to his skin. Why won't it stop? Goku whispers, his voice having that double-layered, airy rasp that the form gives him. I can't turn it off. The pod initiates hypersleep, forcing him into unconsciousness. But even in sleep, the golden light fills the capsule. He is a sleeping star, hurtling toward an unsuspecting planet. We cut to planet Yardrat. Now in canon, Goku spends a year here basically learning instant transmission and getting his drip right. But in this timeline, the Yardrats are absolutely terrified of him. Imagine a crash landing. The pod opens and out steps a warrior who is constantly radiating enough energy to flatten the local architecture. The Yardrats are sensitive to spirit, right? To them, Goku isn't just a guy, he's a walking noise complaint. He's a screaming siren of violence. Goku spends the first week just trying not to break things. He picks up a weird alien fruit, and crunch? It turns to mush in his grip because his tactile control is calibrated for fighting galactic tyrants, not eating lunch. He tries to sleep, but his aura flares up during REM cycles, sinking the bedding. He wakes up in a pile of ash. This is where the story shifts. He has to learn control, not just to fight, but to exist. Paibara, the Yardrat elder, approaches him cautiously. You are leaking your spirit, Saiyan. It is a torrent. If you do not dam the river, you will drown us all. So the year on Yardrat isn't about learning cool teleportation tricks, though he picks that up too because, well, he's Goku. The main focus becomes spirit control on a level we've never seen. He spends months sitting in meditation, sweating, veins bulging, just trying to pull the aura inside his body. He can't power down, so he has to condense it. By the time he's ready to leave, he hasn't just mastered Super Saiyan, he has fundamentally altered how it works. He's achieved what we know as Super Saiyan Grade 4, or mastered Super Saiyan way earlier than in the Cell Saga. He looks calm. The aura is gone, tucked beneath his skin, but his hair is still pale gold. His eyes are still hard teal. He looks permanently intense, like a statue of a warrior brought to life. Fast forward, Earth. 1 year later, Mecha Frieza and King Cold show up to get wrecked. Future Trunks arrives, ready to slice and dice. He kills Frieza, waits for Goku. You guys know the scene. But when Goku's pod lands, the vibe is different. Usually, Goku steps out looking like a hobo, scruffy, black hair, smiling like a goofball. Here, the pod door opens, steam hisses out, and out steps a golden warrior. Trunks freezes. His hand instinctively goes to his sword hilt. Is he stuck in the transformation? Or is he battle-ready instantly? Hey! Goku waves. Even his wave creates a gust of wind that knocks over a nearby bush. Boy, good to be back! The Z-Fighters land. Gohan runs forward. Dad! He jumps to hug Goku. Goku catches him, but you can see the hesitation. Goku has to physically brace himself to be gentle. When Gohan hugs him, he pulls back slightly. Dad? Gohan asks. You feel hot, like burning hot. Yeah. Goku laughs nervously, scratching the back of his head. The hair feels stiff like wire. About that, I kinda can't turn it off. Vegeta lands. And oh man, let's talk about Vegeta. If Vegeta had an inferiority complex before, this sends him into a spiraling depression. He looks at Kakarot, who is just standing there, casually chatting with Bulma while maintaining a form that Vegeta has been chasing his entire life. It's not just a power-up for Goku anymore, it's his state of being. Kakarot. Vegeta growls, his voice shaking. You mock me. You stay in that form to mock me. I'm not mocking anyone, Vegeta, Goku insists, but the Super Saiyan eyes make him look aggressive even when he's pleading. It's stuck! I literally can't go back. I've tried screaming down, I've tried getting knocked out, nothing works. Vegeta scoffs, turning away, but internally, he's terrified. If that's Goku's base now, the gap between them isn't a canyon, it's a galaxy. Alright, so here is where we get a little fanficky, but also add that necessary realism. We have to talk about Chi-Chi. Goku goes home, and life is a nightmare. I want you to picture dinner at the Sun household. In canon, Goku eats like a vacuum cleaner. Here, he has to use metal utensils because he kept snapping the wooden chopsticks. He's glowing, literally. The room doesn't need lights because Goku is a 60-watt bulb. Chi-Chi is trying to be supportive, but she's losing it. Goku! You scorched the tatami mats again! She yells, holding up a burnt rug. I'm sorry, Chi-Chi. I had a bad dream and I think my energy flared up. Goku apologizes, shrinking back, but his aura flickers with his anxiety, knocking a vase off the shelf. It's funny, but it's also sad, right? He can't hold her properly. He explains that his skin feels harder, denser. He feels like he's made of steel. Intimacy? Forget about it. He's a nuclear reactor. He ends up sleeping on the floor in the living room because the bed collapses under his density. Goku starts spending more time outside, staring at the stars. He misses the quiet. He misses his black hair. He feels like a gun that's always cocked, waiting to fire. The psychological toll of never being able to power down starts to wear on him. He's always hyper-aware, his senses dialed up to 11. He can hear a pin drop 3 miles away. It's exhausting. So, 3 years pass. The Z-Fighters train for the androids. Because Goku has been living as a Super Saiyan for 3 years straight, his body has adapted completely. In the canon timeline, holding Super Saiyan was a strain. Here, it's his Tuesday. His base Super Saiyan power level is astronomical. He's not at strong, he's efficient. He has 0 energy waste. When May 12th rolls around and androids 19 and 20 show up, it looks like it's going to be a slaughter. Goku steps up to fight android 19. In the original, he was already breathing heavy. Here, he looks fresh. He's glowing with that controlled, mastered energy. You think you can absorb my energy? Goku asks, getting into a stance. Good luck handling it. The fight starts, and Goku dominates. It's visceral. He hits 19 so hard the android's casing cracks on the first punch. The shockwaves shatter the windows in the nearby city. It's clear that Perma Super Saiyan Goku is on a completely different tier than the canon version at this point. But then, the twist. The heart virus. Here is where the logic of our what if turns against our hero. The heart virus attacks the cardiovascular system. In a normal person, it's fast. In a Super Saiyan, a being whose heart is pumping adrenaline and ki at a rate thousands of times faster than a human, the virus loves it. Goku is winding up for a Kamehameha to finish 19 off, and suddenly, he clutches his chest. It's not a wheeze, it's a scream. Thump, thump, thump. His heart beats so loud Yamcha can hear it from the sidelines. Because his form is permanent, he can't power down to slow his metabolism. His body is acting like an incubator on overdrive. The virus spreads through his system in seconds. "Goku!" Yamcha screams. Goku falls to his knees, clutching his chest. The golden aura turns erratic, jagged. Sparks of yellow lightning tear up the pavement around him. He's losing control of the years of suppression he learned on Yardrat. The energy starts venting outward. Android 19 sees the opening and lunges, grabbing Goku's neck to drain the energy. But Goku is convulsing so violently, pouring out so much raw power, that 19's absorption meters redline instantly. Energy input exceeding capacity. 19 beeps, panicked. Vegeta swoops in, kicking 19 away with a Big Bang attack, or just a solid boot to the face. But he's not looking at the android. He's looking at Goku. Goku is writhing on the ground, a golden storm center. His eyes have rolled back, showing only white. He's hyperventilating, and every breath exhales a cloud of steam. "Kakarot!" Vegeta yells, actually sounding concerned for once. "Power down, you idiot! You're burning yourself out!" "He can't!" Yamcha yells, flying over. "He's stuck like that!" This is the horror moment. They have to get him the medicine, but they can't even touch him. He's too hot. Piccolo has to use his stretchy arms to wrap Goku in a rock or debris just to lift him without getting burned. They rush him to recover. As they fly off, the aura trailing behind Goku isn't the smooth flame of a warrior. It's the sputtering smoke of an engine about to explode. Yamcha flies back to get the medicine from Chi-Chi, while the rest watch a golden god dying of a human disease, trapped in the very form that makes him invincible. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we're going to leave part 1. Talk about a worst-case scenario, right? We usually think of Super Saiyan as this ultimate shield, the pinnacle of strength that protects Goku from everything. But in this timeline, it's the exact reason he's dying faster. It's biological horror. His body is an engine that won't turn off, and the virus is just pouring gasoline into the tank. So, the big questions for the comments section. How does this change the timeline if Goku is out of commission longer? Does Vegeta step up? Or does his inferiority complex cripple him now that he's seen a permanent Super Saiyan? And most importantly, when Goku wakes up, what happens next? If he's stuck in Super Saiyan, has he hit his peak? Is he just going to stay like that forever? Or can he push the mutation further? We're going to find out in part 2, where we tackle the Cell Saga and the Buu Saga. Trust me, things get even crazier when we get to the transformations that drain life force. Imagine being stuck in Super Saiyan 3. Yeah, exactly. If you enjoyed this darker, grittier take on Dragon Ball, smash that like button. Let's aim for 10 likes to get part 2 out as soon as possible. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode of What If. I'll catch you guys in the next one.